So in today's video, I'm going to discuss how to get a postdoc. So in a previous video, I discussed about what are the pros and cons of getting a postdoc and should you get a postdoc or not, because that's a very important decision which changes the trajectory of your post-PhD future. So if you have decided that you are going to get a postdoc, then there are several things you can do. The first thing is that there are many foundations which give you postdoctoral fellowships. So you may have heard of names such as the Humboldt Foundation, Fulbright Foundation, and so on. And there are also many countries which have bodies dedicated to science and technology and to scholarship, which also give out fellowships for postdoctoral researchers. So I think there are so many of these bodies that it's very difficult to find out in a normal Google search. And of course, Google search will give you many possible scenarios where you can get a postdoc. But there is one body named profellow.com. So that's PROFELLOW.com. And this website gives you many different fellowships which people can get both for graduate study as well as for postdoctoral research and mid-career fellowships and so on. So I think it's a good idea to look at this particular website and check out the different fellowships which are there for postdoctoral study as well as for different times of a researcher's life which they can use. So again, that's the first thing you can do, and if you can land one of these funded postdocs, it's very good. But remember that to get one of these funded postdocs, you need to write a very good research proposal, and in most cases you also need to find a host. So in the case of many of these postdocs, you need to contact different professors or researchers working at institutes, and then you need to tell them about your research proposal, about the fact that you are applying for the given postdoc. And then if they say yes, then you go on and write your research proposal, and it needs to be cleared by this particular person before you go for this fellowship. And in most such fellowships, they not only need a research proposal, but they also need a few reference letters. And there is a committee of experts who sits on judgment of these proposals as well as the letters and the applications which the candidates submit. And then these committees decide on who are the people who get these particular fellowships. So again, because these fellowships are competitive, winning them is considered to be very prestigious. So like I gave you some of the names, you have the Humboldt Foundation, you have Newton's Fellowship, you have DAAD, you have SERB Fellowship, and so on. So there are many such fellowships you can find out and you can take a shot at them. Now, of course, this is one way to go about getting a postdoc. A second approach, which is more common and which is likely to work for a large number of people who may not have very stellar resumes which are required for getting foundation type of fellowships, is that you write directly to professors at different universities around the world. And frequently you may know about possible vacancies which are there for research projects, and these vacancies are advertised in various places in the digital system, and they may also be there on the university web pages and so on. And there are certain magazines or groups within the web where these jobs sometimes come out. So again, you can try for some of these fellowships and you can write letters to these professors directly. Now, beside this, there are academic job sites, and many times in such job sites you can see jobs for postdoctoral candidates. So again, you can check out some of these job sites, and you can even include researchgate.com where some of these jobs are there, as well as the typical job sites. If you search postdoctoral positions in them, you will find many positions in your given field. Now, of course, these are some of the direct mechanisms of going for a postdoc, and one of the things which works out quite well is if you can create a small network by going to different conferences, and then you can meet some established and renowned professors in your field, and you can directly ask them if they have funding for a postdoctoral position. So this approach works out quite well, and this is also one of the reasons for going to conferences. And most of these people will be quite receptive to you in terms of the problems you bring to the table, and they may also like to discuss about some of the problems they are doing in their lab. So this is a good source of knowledge transfer which you can take part in. Now there are also situations where top experts may visit your university or research institution and give a talk or a seminar. And in these cases, at the end of the seminar, you can go to these professors and you can discuss their research, and you can also tell them about your plans for prospective research in the field, and maybe this can lead you to some postdoctoral positions also. So these are some of the things which you can do to get a postdoc. Now, what you need to do in terms of your resume for a postdoc is that you should have at least one journal paper, preferably 3 to 5 is better, but one journal paper is required because that shows that you have learned the art of doing research and publishing papers. So it's not necessary that a very large number of papers is beneficial for a postdoctoral position, because the postdoctoral guide is basically looking for somebody who can do research. So again, if you have 2 to 3 journal papers, that is also sufficient for a postdoctoral position in many places. Now, besides this, one of the things that you can do is you may try to contact former students of your university and see where they are placed in terms of postdoctoral positions. So very frequently, if one of the students has gone from your university to some different university and has done very well as a postdoctoral candidate, then that university and that person who is supervising this postdoc would very much like to get more students from your university. So that is a pipeline which generally works out quite well, and there are established pipelines which are there between different universities and research groups where PhD candidates can go and do a postdoc somewhere else. So that is one more way to keep in mind. And also, like I have told previously, that the research proposal plays a very important role in all the postdoctoral situations, especially when you are applying for a foundation type of postdoctoral fellowship, such as the Newton Fellowship or Humboldt Fellowship or Fulbright Fellowship. In those cases, you need to write a very good research proposal for the postdoctoral position. And you need to make sure that your research proposal fits into some of the major themes which are being cited for the fellowship. So if the fellowship is on climate change, then you need to tailor your proposal to focus on some problem related to climate change, and that may be wind turbines or solar power related problem or battery related problems and so on. So it is possible that you may be in a field such as material science or chemistry or mechanics or computer science, but you can tailor your proposal to the particular theme which has been set by the people who have funded the proposal. So that is something which very much helps you, because these proposals are basically given for work on a certain problem, and they want people to do work on that specific problem and so on. Now, beside this, if you have a PhD guide who knows a lot of people in the field, then he or she can also be a source of possible postdoctoral positions for you. And so you should keep your eyes open for various visitors to your university and your department, and to see if these people are possible sources of postdoctoral positions for you in the future. So these are some of the ideas I can come up with for how to get a postdoc position, and I hope these ideas helped you today. So I'll come back to you with a video sometime in the near future. Thank you very much, and stay tuned to my channel.